Bowl celebration gone wrong.
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Get it right, Jenna. Look, yeah, Wisconsin beats Wake Forest 42-28 in Duke's Mayo Bowl last night. Celebration goes to the locker room. They drop the trophy. How do you do this? You fought so hard in the middle of a global pandemic to get this trophy and you drop it. Oh, no. And that's starting quarterback, rookie, that's freshman quarterback, Graham Mertz. How do you do this? You need to be benched now. But look, they have a solution. They have a solution. Check this out. They put the Duke's mayonnaise on the trophy, and they figured it out. Great job of trying to figure out, and it was a great play for this Duke's brand.
Oh, my goodness.
I think they did it on purpose.
Look, Bam Adebayo, listed at 6'9", 255. Brooke Lopez gives him a slight shove. Bam goes down. So Brooke Lopez is like, come on, give me a break. So then he falls down to exhibit what Bam did. Now, look, it's great for the ref. You know, you drive home the point. Also, a little secondary storyline here. Great way to distract someone from taking a free throw. It's like that old barking dog play where you run in the corner and you bark like a dog, and then like, what's going on? Boom, inbound pass, layup. It's a great play. So from now on, flop or not, you can just be like, wow, the floor is slippery.
Oh,
and the guy with the mop is like, oh, geez, I'm going to lose my job. These people keep slipping. Not true. It's just a strategy.
Yesterday, LeBron celebrated his birthday the way only he can, quite literally, as he became the only player in the history of the league to score at least 10 points in 1,000 straight games. The second longest active streak is James Harden. He's at 411. Third longest is Kevin Durant. Fourth longest is Kawhi Leonard. They are both shy of 200 straight games. So this is a record that will never be broken. I think a lot of people know that. What you might not know to contextualize it is this. LeBron has now scored double-digit points in more games in a row than Larry Bird or Magic Johnson played in their entire careers. Michael Jordan played 930 career games with the Chicago Bulls. LeBron has scored 10 points or more 1,000 straight times. That's how he celebrated his 36th birthday. I had my 36th birthday a couple months ago. I celebrated with some Black and Milds. LeBron's a little bit better.
Of course you did. Guys, Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond did something quite remarkable last night, becoming the first woman to coach an NBA game when Greg Popovich was ejected in the third quarter. Spurs and Lake. It was a great moment for her. I go way back with Becky to the days of her playing with the New York Liberty. Nobody deserves this more than her. Becky said after the game, I try not to think about the big picture because it can be overwhelming. I had a job to do. When I started covering sports a bunch of years ago, we would wait outside the locker room. The game would end. They would allow the men to come in when the athletes were dressed. They wouldn't allow the women to come in. It was usually just me. I didn't think twice. It was the way it was. Fast forward 1,000 years. I'm covering my first ever Yankees game. I'm at the lip of the clubhouse. Doors open. They let everybody in. There was a moment that I stood there and I looked around. I realized where I was, what I was doing, and who I was with. And I said, this is cool. It may not be cool one day. It may be the norm. But for right now, this is cool. And for Becky Hammond, this may not but one day be the norm. But it was a trailblazing moment for her last night. And we all applaud her for doing that. Really nicely done.
That's great.
All right, let us switch gears and get back to the NFL now. So this Rams-Cardinals game, it's a pretty big deal. Rams win, they're in. Cardinals win, they're in. For the Rams, who could also sneak in with some help, they're without Jared Goff and they're without Cooper Kupp. The Cardinals need to win the game, and thus they will be playing with Kyler Murray, who's pretty banged up after last week. Take a listen to this.
Hey, Kyler, I just want to clarify, you are going to play, correct? You hear me? Am I coming through?
What was
I just want to clarify.
You asked me if I was going to play?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify just because I wasn't sure about the first answer.
Go tweet out that I'm going to play. Yeah, I'll be playing.
All right, so we can discuss that in a little bit. Here's the race. First, let's talk about the race for the NFC's last 2 wild card spots. Rams are in with a win or a Bears loss. Bears also in with a win or a Cardinals loss, and the Cardinals need to win, obviously, to get in. And Kyler can't hear all the questions. Nick, let's open this up to both conferences. Which bubble team would you hate to see miss the playoffs?
Oh, well, to me, there's only one bubble team that a few weeks ago I thought could win the Super Bowl, and that's the team I would hate to miss the playoffs, and that's the Rams. The Rams were 7-3, looking great.
Hot.
And then Jared Goff had a 3-turnover game against the Niners. They rebounded from that. They were 9-4, and then they lost to the Jets when the Jets were actively not trying to win. And then Goff played a game against the Seahawks. I don't know if people were watching it with the sound on, but Buck and Troy were on the call. I thought Troy Aikman might be brought to tears by Jared Goff's play. He seemed so despondent about it. He was like, I don't know what he saw. Like every time he's like, Joe, I got to tell you, I don't know what he's looking at there. He just seemed like, are you kidding me, man? You got all this talent, you got this team, and you're blowing it. And if you're the Rams, who, Brandon, this will blow your mind. The last first-round pick they had was Jared Goff. They keep trading, and by the way, they don't have one next year. They keep mortgaging the future for now. They have the best player on the defensive side of the ball in Aaron Donald. They have the best corner in Jalen Ramsey. I know Kupp's banged up right now. They have a good receiving core. They have a good offensive line. They have a great coach. And if they miss the playoffs, and I understand Goff at this point is not going to play Week 17, but it would have been his play that put them in this position. If they miss the playoffs, it is such a blown opportunity. When 2 weeks ago, Brandon, they were alive for the 1 seed. So to me, I'd like to see them in, and it would be an amazing fall from where they were if they miss.
Yeah, and not only that, their defense was lights out. Remember that? Don't forget, that was the best part of this whole team. So I don't know what's happened to the LA Rams. But Nick, brother, you rarely make mistakes on TV. You're so sharp. How do you get Jared Goff's name wrong? You talk about your guy Goff and you just chop up his name? There you go.
Right.
Make sure, put respect on his name. What's his name again?
My bad.
Little tiny hands. That's why he can't get
can't call him that.
Tiny hands. You're right.
So,
you can't.
So look, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. But for me, the team is the Baltimore Ravens. Right now, it looks like they're going to get the job done. They're going to win. They'll be in. So I'm going out on a branch here a little bit. But I'm concerned. They're playing against a Cincinnati Bengals team that is embracing being the spoiler. So if they lose to Cincinnati, who just beat the Steelers, who just beat the Texans, and they did it convincingly, then this is going to be a situation where they need help. And the reason why this is a big deal is because of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, there's no guy right now that has to answer more questions in the National Football League.